Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back to my face. Today we're going to put on makeup and I'm jabbering. And I mean, I'm all over the place. But I'm introducing you to some new battles. We're going to take e.l.f. up against Tatcha. I'm going to introduce you to a brand made just for women over the age of 50. And we're going to do another battle between Givenchy and Moria. If you're into it, give me a thumbs up before you forget, and let's get going. The palettes I have in here are these. My Light, Deep, and Mel's palette. And I've been playing with mine and Mel's together, but we're not going to do that today because Mel doesn't have pink in her palette. I do, though. And I think I'll use both of them together. Want to? Yeah, there we go. So they are slightly different and they are back in stock. I've been liking playing with the light and the deep palette together with the shades that change. Are you guys so excited for the Christmas in July sale? It's just around the bend. I need to stop with the blabbing, and if you're gonna do this with me, then get your Glitzy, Fritzy, and July set. Starting with the E25, I'm going to take my Savior and I'm going to bring it from the crease up as I usually do. Before we jump into this, I want to show you guys something. I've been sharing looks with you, and this lady here on Instagram, I'm going to link to her Instagram so that you can go have a look. She has been showing the Blessed palette on her Instagram, and I've been sharing it there, but I could not make up my mind which one of these looks I liked the best, and so I'm just going to show them all to you really quick. Anyway, so I got some new stuff here from a company called Prometics. Just a little brief history here. I guess this little girl, she's not a little girl anymore, but when she was a little girl, I guess she watched her mom's best friend, which she called Aunt Cheryl. Was that her name? Aunt Cheryl, Aunt something begins with a C. So she found out she had breast cancer, and it really made an impact on her. Now I'm coming into my Savior in the deeper palette and just gonna put that right up here in the transition. At that age, it's really traumatic when you see something like that. I remember, this has been a while back, when we took my grandson to Holiday World, which is kind of like Kings Island. It's a big amusement park here in Indiana. And we told him that we were going to take him there for a reward for his report card. The first ride that we went on was a lazy river. So this is like right after we got there. I'm going to come into a little bit. It doesn't matter which palette because a little bit is the same in both palettes. Just patting it right here in the crease. So anyway, we are on the lazy river and we get separated. He's quite a bit back behind me. Shy Guy is who I'm talking about here. Shy Guy is the one that's quite a bit back of us in the lazy river. Not my grandson. Now, he didn't have a monitor back then that said when he was getting low, and we have learned over the years that when his blood sugar drops, it drops, and I mean fast. He's going low on the lazy river, and he somehow gets tipped, hits his head on the bottom of the lazy river, and we're all out. We're all out waiting on him to come around. As soon as he comes up out of there and he's trying to walk, I can tell because we've been here, done this lots of times. So I knew, oh my gosh, he's low. He's going to go into seizures. And so he did. He come up and he just fell down on the ground and started into seizures. And we're in the lazy river. So my grandson and my son are standing there watching this unfold, and neither of them have ever forgot it because, you know, what happened was horrible. We're in the middle of an amusement park. No one has cell phone on them because it's the lazy river. Nobody takes their cell phone in the lazy river. Everyone puts them in a locker. I panicked and it seemed like 10 minutes, but it wasn't that long, and turned to run to the lockers to get my cell phone to call 911. Because who is going to call 911? And it hits me that I shouldn't have left him. And I turned back around and I couldn't get through the crowd to get back to him because everybody's like, a crowd. And no one's helping. They're all just standing there watching this happen. He's banging his head on the concrete. And I mean, it's awful. Anyway, the whole point of telling you that was that she went through this traumatic event. I want to take you to their website here on the About page. So imagine this, and this is where that whole thing that I was trying to get at of something affecting you when you are younger and staying with you. So she says, I'm 10. I'm in my oncologist dad's chamber. We're about to go out for a cone of pistachio ice cream. When I see my mother's best friend, the woman I had greeted as Aunt Cheryl up until that moment, run out of the examination room screaming and crying. Hair mussed, mascara smudged, she was devastated. Cheryl kept repeating the words, "Oh my God, I'll no longer be a woman." Noting my distress, my father decided to talk about the repercussions of chemotherapy. He explained that most women with cervical or breast cancer not only say goodbye to anatomical features that enhance femininity, they also lose their hair, eyebrows, and eyelashes, often for life. The makeup that they're forced to hide behind kills weakened hair follicles' ability to regrow. The chemicals wreak havoc on their sensitive skin. Chemotherapy can spell doom for a woman's looks and in the process strip away her identity. That day I realized beauty may be skin deep, but feeling beautiful is a fundamental aspect of our self-confidence, and these women warriors definitely deserve better. So one of you, I think it might have been Rebecca, reached out to me on Instagram and said, "Hey, have you tried these eyeliners?" Because she knew that I'm always on the hunt for an eyeliner that will stay in my waterline and in my tight line. And it's rare when I find one that I'm like, okay, that's the one I love. It has to meet certain criteria. So anyway, I can't buy all the makeup that you guys asked me for. I know you know that, okay? So I reached out to them and said, "Hey, this was brought to my attention. Can you send me an eyeliner?" And they go, "Is that all you want?" And I go, "Well, I don't want to be greedy." And they said, "No, here, give us our address. We'll send you a package." And they sent me all this stuff. Now, when I say all this stuff, I don't want you to think that their line is huge. It's not. They just have the basics of what a lot of women want. A lot of women my age, they're not doing what I'm doing. They are doing the bare minimum that they need to feel better about themselves or whatnot, and they're not trying to, get dressed for the runway here. I think I've used all this stuff 4 times now. So I have an opinion on it. Some of it we'll be using today. Anyway, let me tell you, no, these aren't it for me. First of all, they are not as creamy as what I like. What I like is from Give Beauty, because this is a very creamy eyeliner that for some reason stays. A lot of times when you get one that's super creamy, it doesn't stay. It just goes right back out, but not the ones from Give Beauty. And because, well, you guys know, I don't like this whole retractable thing. First of all, I can't tell when this is gonna run out, when I need to get another one. Now, if you were using this on the outside of your eye, right here, just right through the lashes, which I'm sure is what most women are doing now. It's fine, perfectly fine. On the end, we have a nice, more soft smudger. And then if you pull harder, you get the sharpener where you can sharpen this pencil. And I do like them for going through my lashes. And on the outside, through my lashes, they stay. They stay, they're creamy, they work. If you're not me, you might like these, okay? But no, I don't like these because, here, I'll just show you a picture. This was 20 minutes after I had this in. And I mean, I went in, let it dry, went in, and, to double coat it. And 20 minutes later, here's what we got. I also found that when I did this with that eyeliner, it transferred down to the lower lid. And a lot of them will. If you look right now, I've got a tiny bit here because I blinked too fast. But I can get that out pretty quickly. But if you don't blink right away, Give Beauty doesn't transfer, and yet I do have it up here in the tight line. Let me tell you about these sticks real quick. This is called Nourish. Let's run it all the way up here. Keep in mind I've been using it pretty liberally for the last 4 days. I really like it, so it's exactly what you think it is. It says Nourish in it, and it is nourishing. And what I really find amazing about it is, and we'll swipe it under my eyes. When we get these off, we'll swipe it under my eyes. It doesn't make their mascara, probably not a tubing mascara. Yesterday I had it on with Give's mascara just to see, is it gonna make a mascara smear? It didn't, and yet there's all this hydration. Now, we'll try to use these products unless I get talking and forget. I hope I don't get talking and forget. We're gonna take Sugar Tiger with the E55, and I'm just gonna pat in here. It is dense, so it's gonna pick up a little more than some brushes would, but not as much as my finger. And I'm just lightly scooting her across here. Just want a little glisten on my eyelid at this particular moment. And I'm gonna flip to the other side and do the same thing with Be a Blessing. Just brighten that up a little more right there. E21 into Pomp Nongi. Pomp Nongi is bright. So bright. And pop that right. Wow! Pop that right there. It's bright like Mel's Web is bright, except they're nothing alike. There's Web. Here is Popnongi. Popnongi is white, and it's a cross between a shimmer and a matte. Not the same at all, but they play together very nicely. Now I'll just take the other side of that and come into Be a Blessing, and from bring that more brightly now, or I am anyway. I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing? And now I will take my finger into Sugar Tiger, pop that right there where them two meet. Very light. I don't want it to be overpowering. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the favorite brush, the E36. Oh, heck, you know I'm going to come into Emmy after 60. I'm going to start in the light palette and just tickle it here and skate it right across and up. And then I'll come into the deeper version and deepen it up even further. Anyway, I've not studied these that much. I mean, the thing I focused on was this mascara, and I got some things to say about that. But these are supposed to have ingredients in them that help you heal. Like I said, I'm not sure how they help you heal because I've not studied those sticks, but I like them. I'm gonna jump to this mascara now, and this is fantastic. This is called Prime Lash. It says, tired of thin, sparse lashes and bare eyes? We've made a pro-age mascara for mature women that'll get more compliments than you ever thought possible. Years of research have created the perfect wand and formula duo. And a wand is very important to a mascara. I don't know if you know that or not, but it is. Starting with the wand, they say, eliminate your big problems. Thinning lashes and mascara wands that can't grip them. Prime Lash has a unique wand and gets the tiniest lashes to coat them all. Instantly, Okay, I'm interested in the wand because I thought, how does this wand differ from any other Christmas tree-y kind of wand that I use on any other kind of mascara? And then I did the most unusual thing because when I put it on, it really did. Okay, it grabbed like here on this eye. I'm in a growth cycle, right? So there's some little lashes here that I didn't even realize were there. This mascara picked it up and I went, huh? I don't get it. So I got this out. This is a pretty powerful magnifying glass. I don't know what this is, but I think it has to be like 30 times. So I can't show you this. I can't even take a picture of this. But if you have a magnifying glass of this kind of power, I'm talking about this one right here, not necessarily that. And you see, this has a light on it. I can get and look, I shine the light on there and I went, wait a minute, what in the heck is on that? And so I switched to this one to look. When I do that, I'm like, oh, what is running from the bottom to the top in every row of bristles is some kind of a thread. It's not a wire. So little you can't even see it. It's running from here to here and it's on every row. So I would imagine that that is why you can come to the base of your lashes. Let me go back in here. You can come to the base of your lashes and it finds any tiny little lash that you have. That tripwire, I guess, in there grabs onto it, and when you pull through, it's got it. This mascara does not clump. It really doesn't. It does lengthen. I've got a little bit of Urban Decay eyelash primer. That's another thing I hate about that I cannot, no matter what I do, keep it out of my lashes, and it is causing this to clump a little bit. It is not this mascara. Trust me, I've been using this. I'm obsessed with this mascara. Prometics, explain yourself. What is this? I'm taking my fingers and I'm trying to smear it. Nope, it won't smear. And I thought, it's tubing. So I went in the bathroom, took warm water and started working it. No, it's washing off like mascara would if it was not tubing, okay? But I gotta tell you, I do have to say this. This is the hardest mascara that I have ever had to get off. You guys know what a fan I am of Lancome Bifacil and how fast and easy it takes off mascara and eye makeup. I have to work a little bit even with Bifacil to get this off. I mean, it's not like I'm scrubbing, okay? But what I have to do is I have to do the Lisa Eldridge. Lisa Eldridge will take Bifacil and she'll soak it on a pad, and then she'll put it on there and let it soak okay, for a few minutes. I have to do that with this mascara to get it off. I can't just go straight from Bifacil to my eye and do this like I would any other mascara. That's what I mean when I say you have to work to get it off. I can tell you for a fact that after you have on your makeup, if you go cry somewhere and rub your eyes, it's not going anywhere. It's not tubing, it's not waterproof. I mean, it is waterproof, but it's not got the chemicals and stuff that a waterproof mascara has in it. It's going to help your lashes. It makes them look fantastic. And I don't understand what is up with this mascara. All right, we're gonna use this Nourish stick. You would think if you put this underneath with a mascara, it's going to, right, come transfer down. Okay, now compare. This. I guess you could come up here and swipe it. And you know, they're saying on the website, this can be used anywhere. All right, let's put this e.l.f. primer on. I'm anxious to see whether or not it is, I mean, they didn't make that claim, but everybody says that the Putty primer is like this in the solid form. So let's see. All right, that's e.l.f. Did I get that in a shade? I can't remember. We're gonna take a little bit on this side of my face and I don't think I turned off the camera. I don't know what happened, but on the left side, your left side, I already have the e.l.f. on. And you're watching me put on Tatcha on the right. Put that on there, right? And you know, making clear that nobody said that this was supposed to be a dupe. The e.l.f. goes on, I think, a little runnier than the Tatcha does. You guys want to hear something funny? You know what I did the other day? You guys, I went to Kroger, went in there to get something, but I had my phone case that, you know, this one, it's just got like my credit card, driver's license and stuff in it. I go in the Kroger and I didn't have any pockets, so I took my car keys and just stuck them in my pants in the front, you know, between my skin and my underwear. And then went in to get my stuff. Well, then I went in the line and I didn't realize I was in this line. It's like a self-checkout, except it has the belt and it's got its own little gun that you can pick up. It's wireless and you pick it up and you like scan your items. So I thought that was kind of cool. I didn't have to lift the water or the Pepsis. Heck, if I don't have to lift it out of there, I'm not going to. So beep, beep, I'm doing that. And then I had other items, you know, like lettuce or whatever. And I'm beeping and putting it on the belt and it's going down to the end. Well, apparently you can't do that. If you use the wand, you can't then stick it on the belt to go to the end. I don't know why. The wand is only to be used for things staying in the cart. Well, I didn't understand this because I'd never done it before. And I keep scanning all the stuff in the cart and then putting it on the belt to go down to the end so I can bag it. Every time I do this, the girl comes over and she's getting fed up with me. Because of me and what I'm doing and not understanding how this situation works, the line is backing up and so I'm causing a problem. It's getting to her and that's getting to me because I just don't get it. I don't understand what you're trying to say to me. Why can't I put it on the belt? What's the belt for then? We finally get through this ordeal and I head out to the car and I realize, oh, I don't have my keys. Oh my gosh, I must have set my keys down when I picked up the water or something. And so I go back in and now I've got to tell this girl who I've just aggravated the pee out of that I've lost my keys. And I tell her, I go, I'm sorry, I lost my keys. And she's like, where did you have them last? I don't know. If I knew that, I'd have my keys, you know? Anyway, I'm like, I don't know, but maybe I was like on the Pepsi aisle or something. Anyway, so she leaves her post to come and help me search for where my keys are. Well, you guys know because I already told you, right? That they were in my pants. So anyway, my hand like brushes against my abdomen and it's at this point that I realize I found my keys. They're in my pants. And now I've got to tell her that not only did I do all of this, but now my keys are actually in my pants and I've made you leave your post. All right, let's do the concealer thing on top of this Nourish. First, I'm gonna take my Sigma color corrector and come under here. What I've been doing here for a little bit is taking the Natasha Denona, which I exchanged for a darker shade. I went to Sephora and swiped it and everything, and I took this with me. So because I love this, it's the exact shade I want. And then I tried to exchange it at the cash register. Another line that was behind me, and here I am pulling this crap with a line behind me. And she's going, ma'am, I can't find the Natasha Denona purchase. And I'm like, that's because I didn't purchase it here. I purchased it at Ulta. Now I gotta go to Ulta. With that corrector on there, it doesn't look like I need concealer. I keep getting too much of it. It just takes a dab, just like this. But for some reason, I can control the amount I get with this a little better. I just like push down a tiny, tiny bit. That's all you need. And I just need it right there. I mean, it's ridiculous. You could have this for a couple years, I bet. But I found so far that the Natasha Denona one, I'm doing better if I let it set for just a few minutes. Anyway, I want to take this mascara now and show you how even with that Nourish under there, this isn't gonna budge. In just a minute when that's dry, we'll go under there with shadow, but now I'm gonna use Pigment. They're not calling it blush, because they're using it as a blush and as a bronzer, even though it's this color. And for some reason, that works. I'm just going to take a tiny bit here on my nose. I mean, it doesn't look brown. It actually does contour a little bit. And then I'm going to take and put it here because we've not powdered yet, so that'll just glide right on. You can blend that out with your fingers or, you know, whatever. I'm just going to take this brush that I used. You can see how you could put this stuff on, like maybe you put on your sunscreen and then you use this stuff and it's enhanced your looks, but you don't necessarily know that you have on a bunch of makeup, right? This foundation and my Nourish stick, I've got the Nourish down here. Even. I don't need the highlight, but I do want to show it to you because I want to show you how it's not too much. And like I said, I'm impressed with these sticks, but the mascara is the showstopper here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and put it right there. Can you see? And like I said, Nourish is here. Maybe I should put this on over the powder. It highlights and gives you dewy. I could take Pigment and also put it on my mouth. You remember this? All right. You guys keep telling me about this brand, Moria. I didn't buy anything but this because basically this is going to tell me whether or not I spend any money or time with this brand. Just like the Givenchy, it is separated. I'm just going to mix this together for the perfect powder. And let's look at it next to Givenchy. Givenchy. Okay, Givenchy is quite a bit more pink. There's a lot more purple in the Moira. And I think I got the lightest shade in both. Two number 30s from rephr. I'm going to use one on one side, one on the other. Loading that powder brush all up, starting here on the outside. I do not like this powder with a sponge, the way I normally use powder. But I think it's spectacular with a brush. I'm kind of scared of this Moira one because I can get my whole brush head into that opening and I know I'm going to come out with way too much. That is very pretty. The Givenchy side looks a little tiny bit brighter. The Moira side looks pretty good. I mean, for the price difference, would you actually care? I don't know. Mind you, I'm looking in a 10 magnification mirror. I want to see what my pores look like in a 10 magnification mirror. If they look acceptable in a 10 magnification mirror, then I don't have to worry about what they look like to the naked eye. I wouldn't not get this over this because if this was just a tiny bit brighter. They look the same on my skin. It's a pretty powder. So I'm just going to take some Pita now underneath here now that I've got my mascara on. All right, let me go do my hair and then I will be back. So in regards to this being the same as the Tatcha, I don't know. I don't remember which side was which now. When I edit, I'll figure that out. But I will tell you that this side here, looks better. So I don't know how much of that has to do with this or, you know, the powder, but I'm going to give it to the powder. I wouldn't say that this is a dupe for Tatcha, but it's a nice product. Talking about Prime Prometics, I really love these products. Way to go. Thank you for sending all these to me, because if it had just been based on the eyeliners, I wouldn't have ever gone any farther, because this is not my cup of tea. The Nourish stick, this is a definite win. I love it. It provides nourishment, but not too much. I am very much a fan of these sticks, but this mascara is a clear-cut, dry win, 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 win. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, in the words of Val Garland, ding dong. Ding dong. This is awesome. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to mess up the rest of my makeup, but I promise you, for the last 4 days, I've been rubbing my eyes and stuff trying to make this smear. It does not. And you can cry with it on, because I had a crying jag yesterday. If you can get waterproof behavior, that's why I like tubing mascaras. If you can get a waterproof behavior out of a regular mascara. When I talked about this magnifying glass, if you bought this, get it out. All right, get it out, put it on this part right here, which is like, what, 30 times or something. Hit it with the light and look at it. And I don't know about every mascara, but I know the ones I have open, which are Give, Calories, and the a Maybelline mascara, they don't have that. So I would say that this is a pretty unique mascara. Love it. Big thumbs up. The Givenchy versus the Moria Powder. You guys have been telling me this is a dupe for this. This is not a dupe for this, but it's close. And I think in the future, I wouldn't mind purchasing this instead of this, because I actually think on camera it looks about the same. But in the bathroom mirror, in that horrendous, horrible liar, okay, this side of my face looks better. And this side is the Moria side. So I do enjoy the brightness of this one just a little bit more, but it's not worth that price tag. This is a really good powder. I like this. All right, that's the end of it. So until next time, I want you guys to know you're the best part of the Fritzy family. I want you to know that if you're not having a blessed day, the way you can get one is to go be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya. Bye. And I'm out.
Primer for our eyes. I keep saying our, like these eyes are yours. These eyes belong on my face, not yours. Your eyes don't belong to me. They are yours. Dun, dun, dun. Are you so excited for the Christmas in July sale? It's just around the corner. Down in the street. Down on the corner. Out in the street, yeah, Willie and the poor boys singing, bring a nickel tappy feet, yeah, down on the corner. Peter. It's like some kind of a skinny, very, very, very minor, and you know, they're saying on the website, this can be used anywhere, you know, your elbows or anywhere you need a little lube. Well, maybe. That's my squeaky chair. Oh, don't do it now. Squeak, 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 squeak. I can't make it do it now. And I'm going to do the same. Hey, Peter, you idiot, look at me. I know the candle's pretty. Because I want to see what my pore, I want to see my pore. Peter, you won't go out of focus if I'm using the shade Peter, huh? Yeah, you're all about yourself.